It's RVO bitches.
Okay, what's up?
Ooh, Reggie
Goat bad. What's going
happening?
on? What's up?
So you're a self-proclaimed the GOAT.
Well, in amongst others, many others.
Oh.
My supporters.
But like, who came up with the GOAT? Who came up with the phrase?
Oh, who came up with it?
Like, who started calling you it?
Well, you know what I'm saying? When I was born.
Okay, so this is from birth. Is it biological?
Well, actually, the doctor was like, damn.
So your horns were circumcised? Because
No.
you don't have horns right now, so.
I do.
Oh, I thought they were circumcised.
Nah, they on soft right now. They normally like this. They just on soft right now. It's cold in here.
Okay. I don't even know what to say.
Self-proclaimed GOAT. I guess you could say, yeah.
So it's not in your DNA.
I don't know.
Is it nature or nurture?
It might be both.
Do you know the difference?
Yeah, nature and nurture. Come on now, is this a quiz?
I'm just trying to see if you know the difference between nature and nurture.
Yes, they spelled different.
No. Yo, I feel like there's something in my eye. So you want to say it's a little bit of both. So you were born the GOAT, and then you also felt like you were cultivated by your environment. Can you tell me more about that?
I feel like I was born a GOAT, but it's just now making sense to me. I'm just not being aware to it. Like,
so you tap into your genius.
And I woke up, and it's like my own little universe.
Got you. All right.
I'm on the spectrum, y'all.
Well, some spectrum. I don't know if it's the My therapist talked about a spectrum. It's actually correlating in my brain right now. I see you on that spectrum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the same spectrum?
No, it's a different one. She spoke about many spectrums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can see the GOAT in your spectrum. That's interesting.
I thought the horns were supposed to be like this.
Yeah, they do.
So let me see them go up.
You want me to make them go up? I told you it was cold in here.
I feel like it's very warm. We got heat. I got a little fireplace. RVO Studio got a fireplace, y'all. Don't let him. Fireplace. So tell us about what made you decide to do comedy.
Well, really what got me started is basically, I always been like a class clown in school. And I always just, enjoyed joking and just kind of just being like the center of attention. And like, I
can see that.
Never like looking back on it now, I always treated like my classmates is basically that's the, like your first audience, them like the first group of people. And just imagine like each like class you have just being like a set or something like that.
Glory said, what end of the spectrum are you on?
On the internet spectrum. The 4G, the 5G. LTE.
Okay. So is your mother the GOAT, or was it your father? What do you think you get your creative juices from?
Actually, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of both that created something new. Like, because like I would say more of my sarcasm definitely come from my dad side. And I guess you could say that's basically the funny. But as far as like, I don't know the others. I think I don't know. It's because it's different stuff that I feel like I got from my mom. But I think that all kind of comes back around to like the creative juices part. You know what I'm saying?
So Mama GOAT. You know what? Let's dial back a little bit because I just assume that everybody knows who you are. But everybody might not know who you are. So, but the people who do not know who you are, I think we should tell them who you are. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Reggie Cush Edwards. Some may know me as Denzel. That's what the hood called me, my mom. Denzel, or you know what I'm saying? Squad, the GOAT, bad. Reginald, regular.
Do you ever go by Reginald?
I not really, but some people feel the need to call me Reginald because a lot of people don't.
I can see it being like an assertive thing. Like I can see bitches calling you Reginald. Like when they like, fuck out of here, Reginald. Come over here.
She would really have to be going in because she'll probably say my middle name before she say my Reginald.
But I feel like your middle name is more like sexy and Reginald is more authoritative.
Denzel.
So I feel like you like Reginald, like that's like you better bring your ass here.
Denzel. Reginald. See, I know how my mom said I could tell when I'm in trouble. She never called me like Reginald. My mama probably only called me Reginald 3 times in life.
So what made her decide to name you that?
Shit, I don't know. The fuck Reginald? I don't know where the hell they got that from.
So one day she just, because I feel like that's not your typical black name. So she just woke up and was in hospital Reginald.
Now, there's a couple black people named Reginald. It's just not many of us. We're almost extinct.
Okay.
But the ones that is called Reginald was like called Reggie.
Like 1963, probably.
Dates the name?
Yeah.
Probably.
I feel like it's an old name.
It is. Like, it sounds like some shit like Sir Reginald III. Like some shit.
And when I think about Reggie, I think about like Friday. Weed, yes.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Something silly.
I mean, well, it's good then, right? I think that depicts me as a person.
I guess that's an accurate description. What are you working on right now?
I actually got this project I'm working real hard on right now. And it's my album, man. It's music,
a comedy album?
Music and comedy, both together.
That's right. So
it's
you
a hybrid album, yes.
And you do comedy.
Yes.
So you pretty much just like creating your own lane. So do you even feel like you have competition against like other comedians or other rappers, or is it just like Reggie the GOAT?
Well, in this particular lane, I don't feel like there's nobody in it right now. Do I feel like is it people that can come in it, or it's probably people out there that's doing it that I probably just don't know about, and they probably don't know about me. But I currently, like, I feel like I'm in my own lane, because even if you break it down just to the rap and comedy, that's not all what I do. I still got something else to throw in there to still make it like my own lane. What else do you do? Battle rap.
Well, isn't battle rap like rap?
Battle rap and making music, and I say this all the time, it's like they two different things. Because battle rap is more related to comedy than anything, because it's like a performance art. You gotta like entertain, and you gotta dramatize and be captivating. It's a lot of stuff that you factor in, like in battle rap, like you would do like the comedy and stuff like that. Well, like rapping, you gotta think. You gotta harmonize. You gotta be melodic. You gotta flow. It has to sound good. You gotta rhyme. You know what I'm saying? It's like different aspects to it. But battle rap and like making music, completely two different things. But like shit, I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? Whipping the brick, whipping the brick. Chef life.
I do see the videos.
Yeah.
Very
even though I don't really
creatively aggressive.
Yes, yeah. I was just roasting, you know what I'm saying? Just being funny while.
Also, people from where you from?
St. Louis.
People from St. Louis, they roast?
STL, North Side. We flame.
Oh, so y'all don't cut ass?
No, we don't cut ass. We Joan. New York.
I feel like I should touch your ass for saying Joan.
See, Joan, no. Y'all in New York say cut ass.
Yes.
Only in New York. Joan is almost universal. If you go to St. Louis and you be like, I'm gonna cut your ass, he gonna shoot your ass.
I feel like flame is more universal. Like everybody say, I'm about to flame.
Flame, okay, flame is universal, but like Joan I think it's more like original.
Wow. I love how you try to make everything special about you. That's really an art. Like, that's really an art that I feel like certain people have. I have friends like that, and you're one of them.
But Joan is like, it ain't just me. It's like, I would say the South.
Now I'm talking about how you drew that comparison to your name, like you brought it back to you.
Oh.
To Reginald. The comparison, the analogy.
Oh, okay. Then I ain't even trip out there.
See, because it's in your subconscious. Because I feel like people who are like so confident in themselves. I'm not going to use the word cocky because that's a negative connotation. But like people who are so confident in themselves, they just find a way to bring everything back to them. If you be like banana peel, Reginald, like what are you talking about? Like we're not even talking about that right now. But you know what? That's cool. I appreciate that. So this album, what is it going to be called? Do you have a name for it? When is it dropping? Like, I seen some posts on Instagram, but people want to know.
Yeah, man, I've been throwing a little bit of teasers. Really, I ain't really hit the gas on it yet. But the album is going to be called Bad. So, make sure y'all download that. Bad. It's dropping on all platforms, man. I'm looking more towards like the end of spring, maybe. No set date really, but I don't like if I have to push it back to make sure it's perfect for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I will do that. So it's definitely gonna drop spring, summer, one of those.
Okay, spring, summer. So it's gonna be like the old school A side, B side.
Oh yeah, A side, B side. So I'm gonna have the A side music, B side comedy, and I'm actually more like excited about the people hearing the music more than the comedy side of the
Because
album.
people know you funny, but people don't know your bars is fire.
Yeah, like as of late, like cause like when I moved to New York and I've been out here for 3 years, I stopped like hitting music as hard as I was. Cause like back home, I was hitting both of them just as equally. And then you got to factor in the battle rap. I started doing that. So it's like almost like juggling like three things. And when I made the transition to New York, it was I had to adapt to the city first before I could even start, you know what I'm saying, really making music like that, because like, I was spending money. I got to pay for rent and, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I was making ends meet. Like it wasn't just, smooth sailing. So I really had to like really prioritize the things that was going good for me. Like at that moment, it was more easier to like, make a little money from doing comedy and stuff like that. So I just stuck to comedy, and then the battle rap eventually came up. And then I wasn't really making music out here in New York. But since the pandemic, when the city kind of shut down, everything slowed down, I had more time to myself to put together other things, because I went back to St. Louis. So now I'm able like when I'm back home, I can save up a little more money. I could, hit the studio a little more. I could write a lot more because it moved a lot slower in St. Louis than it is in New York, which basically gives me like more time to write and do what I need to do. So basically, yeah, I just really just start focusing like real hard on the music, and I fell back in love with it. So.
And you said, they say New York is the concrete jungle and not everybody can make it here. Do you feel like you're surviving, or you're just getting by?
Nah, I feel like I'm here. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
You just made your mark, like you here.
I feel like I made a good enough mark to like, you know what I'm saying, to be out in New York and survive.
Do you think that comedy is easier in St. Louis versus New York? Like, do you think it's easier to be popular in St. Louis than New York? Because obviously New York City is way bigger. There's a shit ton of comedians.
In St. Louis, I would say it's a good place to start comedy. You could definitely build, because it's not oversaturated with a bunch of comedians. So you're able to get like a little more stage time, even though we don't have like as many, you know what I'm saying?
So stage time because there's no competition.
Well, it's like it's some people out there, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like it's New York or nothing like that. You're gonna have like a few comics, like 30, more than 30, but like, you know what I'm saying? Since I've been back, I've been seeing all type of new comics, so I don't really know.
But there's no like Janae.
What you mean?
Like, popping comics like myself.
What do you mean, like popping comics?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, what I'm saying is like, okay, so personally, I felt like when I went to St. Louis, I felt like I could kind of see how it could be easier to do comedy there than it is in New York. And that was just my quick perception.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like I feel like it's so easy to get clout.
Yeah, it's like, now you definitely gotta earn it. It's like, cause like St. Louis, you really gotta earn those laughs, you know what I'm saying? And like, we not as diverse as New York. So our demographic is black or white, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, it's not that diverse. So when you enter certain rooms, it's like you gotta be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, really engage with that type of audience, and like you gotta do it consistently, and that be the thing, because you could do good one night and then another night you do not so good, and it could be like the same crowd or whatever the case may be, but it's like you really gotta earn it, and like you get more time. For like instance, like how in New York you could do 3 shows and they all total to 15 minutes. Or you could do St. Louis and you could do 1 show and you could do 1 15-minute set if you good enough. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll let you stretch out and do a little more time because there's not that many comics. So essentially we get like more stage time. So St. Louis is a good way to kind of like structure your material and not have it all choppy, rather than combining like 3 5-minute sets. You could structure you out a nice like 15-minute set and like keep adding on from there. So I think like it's a good place to start, and then like after a while you really got to branch off to like a more diverse audience.
So St. Louis laid the foundation for being the GOAT, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would say that. Okay. I'll say you definitely have to factor that in.
Going back to the album, are you gonna drop like a single before the actual album drops?
I'm gonna drop a couple singles. I think, and I'm halfway done with the album, but I think I got 2. But I think I just want to shoot a video to like every song like on the album, really. But I think they all good songs, of course. But you know, I feel like it's 2
so
out
you
of
really
6.
trying to be on your Beyonce shit?
Nah, but
like Reggie Cush is trying to deliver the World Lemonade Part 2.
I'm really trying to give the world the best Reggie that I could possibly produce.
Okay, so like I said, you trying to be on your Beyonce shit.
Oh,
you trying to deliver Lemonade Part 2. Except we know about it. So Beyonce, she dropped that shit on a surprise, but we know you already announced it. So, so what's the first song you about to put out? Or is that TMI?
TMI. Y'all gonna hear it when y'all hear it. Like I said, I ain't start pressing the gas on it yet, but I'm about to.
Okay, well, the RVO host is available for acting and different scenes in the video.
Matter of fact, I could probably just have you post it at the end of your videos.
And I look, you got bars.
Huh? Well, I don't need none of that. You got bars? What's up? We got the mic right here.
I got bars. I don't have no beat. Okay. This is exclusive. This is like, what's it, in the basement? Take it in the basement. We rapping on RVO because we got Reggie Cush. I'm so nervous. Okay, you go first.
Now you ain't scared. I thought you was rapping.
All right, I'm gonna rap. All right, I gotta get my creative juices flowing. This is how I get them flowing, y'all.
You ready?
I'm ready. Yo. Rhyming on RVO with Reggie Cush. The Reggie, he's not the Bush. Okay. Nah, no bullshit. I can't rap under pressure. But you know, when I rap, I have to be in like a rapping mood. I have to be like a little bit high, like a little bit drunk. You know what I'm saying? And like that's really when I start rapping.
She rhyme though, y'all.
Yeah, I can rhyme.
You did rhyme. That's
yeah.
A lot of people can't even do that.
Yeah, Rich Vibes and Overdrive.
And it flowed. So flow, rhyme, it shows.
Step 1. It's like fundamentals. You got to get the 1-2 layup. I also used to play basketball. See?
One step at a time.
Basketball, rapping. I'm just a whole Renaissance woman out here. But you know, this is not about me. This is about you. So yeah, RVO, I lost my document.
Oh man.
Oh my God. So another thing, we were talking about creating your own lanes, and I feel like you really know how to profit off of things that come your way, right? Did you hear about the Tessica Brown girl, the one that put the Gorilla Glue on her hair?
Oh yeah, the helmet hair.
So now she's dropping her own line of merchandise.
What you mean?
Like she's dropping her own merch, her own hair products off the Gorilla Glue.
So what she got? Gorilla Glue remover.
I don't know, but that would be funny.
We just have Gorilla Glue remover for all the people.
I can see you doing something like that though. Not saying I can see you putting Gorilla Glue in your hair, but I feel like you're the type of person like if you was to make a mistake, you would capitalize and mark it over whatever mistake, whether it had be good or bad. It's always trying to like find the good.
Damn, you know what? I 100% agree with you.
I feel like I more so see you being like a Trey Songz.
Because like I always do something like that. Like I'm more like even when I had that fight. I don't know if you remember when I had that fight.
I don't.
You don't?
What fight?
You don't remember when I had that fight?
Tell the people the story of the fight.
Oh, the fight when I kicked somebody in the stomach. You didn't see that?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
What?
I don't know if we really promote violence on RBO though.
Well, we ain't promoting violence. I had a fight back then. I kicked somebody in their stomach, and I made I was just making all like little memes of me like kicking like cartoons and wrestlers and all stuff like that.
Oh.
And just entertained it.
I guess.
But
I can see you doing like the OnlyFans.
Hey, I can be on OnlyFans. You know
I mean, is the world ever gonna get a Reggie Kush OnlyFans?
The world may never know.
I feel like that would be perfect to drop with the album.
OnlyFans?
Yeah. Do you sing?
I harmonize, so kind of.
But can you like sing?
No.
So you're not about to be like the Drake rapping,
like I'm not gonna be like do 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 do. I'm not gonna be like that. Well, I might, but I mean, I'm saying it's the engineer job to make you sound good. So I go.
That's true.
So I mean, but back on the OnlyFans thing, I could make an OnlyFans, man. You know, I could low key be a porn store. But,
okay.
But
like I said, I think that's off brand for RBO.
OnlyFans don't sound like a bad idea, especially once I get my six pack, my foundation.
But OnlyFans is really just porn. So like, why would you want to do that? Like, why? Because I think that when Trey Songz did it, I feel like it actually kind of like hurt his brand.
You think it hurt Trey Songz?
I feel like it diminished his brand. Like it'd be like he dropped a level. Because it's like
why do you feel that way?
Because he doesn't need an OnlyFans. He's Trey Songz. Why are you making yourself a porn star now?
Why you porn store shaming? Why are you porn store shaming? There's nothing wrong.
I feel like you have so much talent. Like he sings, he dances, he can do whatever he wants. But you're gonna be a porn star.
What's wrong with it?
I'm just saying I'm not gonna waste my talent being a porn star.
But how does that diminish anything?
I feel like it diminished his other attributes.
Why? So because you're so captivated on his OnlyFans now?
No, it just brings him down. So it's like, boom, all right, Reggie Kush, right? You rapping, you doing comedy, you doing battle rap, but then you making sex videos. It's kind of like,
like, damn,
what? Like, I was like, why? Like, I mean, for the basic bitches, yes, but like for anybody with a little bit of class, like the Tarjay shoppers, it's like, why?
It's like, I guess it's just a form of entertainment.
I guess. What made you decide to do an album now? Because it's like, how long have you been doing comedy?
8 years.
So now, like, why in this 8 years do you feel like you're ready to drop this album?
Well, you know what I'm saying? I felt like musically, you know, I could have been dropped the project, and I waited so many years to drop it because of circumstances, financial issues, all this stuff. And I feel like now that I really got it and I really got the time to really focus on it, it's time to make, like, you know what I'm saying, a music album. And I always thought, like, I can make a comedy album and I could put them like both together, because I never really gave too much thought about a comedy album in the first place until like I seen how many people were like doing them like during like pandemic and just releasing like projects and stuff like that. And when I was able to like do a lot more time on stage back home, so I was able to stretch my material and see what I really had. And I was like, okay, I feel like some of this material is worthy for an album. You know what I'm saying?
So the pandemic helped you glow up.
Yeah, it helped me like do some soul searching and, you know, dig a little
I had a
deeper.
quote. I don't know, Glory, what was the quote? There was a quote that I had said earlier in the podcast. For some people, The pandemic is a virus, but for me, it was a vaccine. Right, bars. That shit was deep. That was mad deep. Let me get some water. That was
some bars.
So if you wanted to take that and put that in your song.
If I wanted to take that and do what?
If you wanted to use that bar for your song,
you can use it.
I'm just saying.
I don't. Your own lyrics. You want to rap your own lyrics?
I'm more like a ghostwriter.
Oh, okay.
I'm more like a ghostwriter.
So you don't have the voices right.
I have a voice.
So you can rap.
My voice is popping. It's RVO bitches. You haven't heard it?
I go again.
I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'm just saying, like, my voice is popping. I'm available for the tracks. I'm just saying. Reggie, how we gonna get rich?
How we gonna get rich?
Yes.
How we gonna get
like,
rich?
what are we doing out here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially for comedy, I feel like, and this is why I think it's important actually to have different lanes and to be so well-rounded. Because for comedy, you know, you see there's like millions and millions of comedians. And like out of the millions comedians, like 5 people make it to the top or whatever the case may be. You know, like a lot of people are saying like if it wasn't for Tony Woods, like there wouldn't be no Dave Chappelle. So it's like, how are we gonna make sure, or how are you gonna make sure that you get your flowers while you're still here?
I really feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Or would you be satisfied with not being Dave Chappelle, but maybe you like tour the world still, but you're just not, you know, as like on the screen famous, but you're really more of like tour famous?
Well, I feel like the lane I'm in right now is gonna be like, it's gonna really be like a lot of angles. I feel like definitely it'll be like more cameras, more. You know what I'm saying?
I love how he's like, so the lane I'm in now, I'm definitely gonna be a celebrity.
Because you gotta,
no matter what.
But I'm saying
that's really how you sound.
But really though, but think about it, like a rapper and a comedian. It's like I gotta factor in like 2 different things to be in front of battle rap. You're already in front of.
You're definitely marketable. So I will say that. But I feel like I could see them like washing it down. Like trying to take, I feel like that's what the white people would do. I feel like they would try to take your brand and like sort of whitewash it and dilute it a little bit.
I don't think so.
So how are you going to protect yourself?
I don't even think they could do that, honestly. Like try to change.
Not really try to change. So like most people know I'm also working advertising. So I feel like when people see something, you see a person or a brand, you like, okay, how could I make this person reach the masses, right? So it's like you already got what you got going on, but I feel like they would try to change you a little bit to make sure you're marketable across all demographics.
Oh, I can see that, man. And I'm more of a take it or leave it. Like either you want it or you don't. Like I'm not finna change for no one, because at this point, how the world going, basically, like you could deem anything offensive, really. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
True.
And that's what it's all based off of. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no one to be offended. We want you to be marketable to everyone, this, that, and the third. And it's like, that's impossible. So they try to basically just make it, you know what I'm saying, as less people as possible. And it's like, bro, you're going to have to take people for who they are. Not saying if they somebody racist or any bullshit like that, but some stuff is like common knowledge.
Like what?
Like the situation with Nick Cannon, with the whole.
I was gonna bring that up.
Like the fact, you know what I'm saying, he said what he said, but was he really trying to be malicious when he said what he said?
I personally don't think so.
Did people take it that way?
I think that Nick Cannon should not have apologized at all, because he didn't really say anything that was offensive. He just said that he felt like Black people were like the first Jews. And There's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's his opinion. He didn't say Jews were bad or anything of that nature. And so he shouldn't apologize. I personally think Nick Cannon is like whack for going back.
I watched what he said. I think he said something. He said something else too. I think along the lines like, or animals or something. Whatever he said, I don't think he was trying to be like, you know what I'm saying, malicious and attack people. But I feel like majority of the people actually thought that way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of stuff people say, it don't be meant to like offend anyone or be like derogatory or anything like that. But if you get enough people on the internet to all think like this, then
yeah. How do you plan on handling the cancel culture? Like, so scenario, say you said something, whether it was like, or maybe you didn't say it directly, maybe it was something you did in the cooking video or a lyric that you may have, and everybody started dragging you. What you gonna do?
I can see that happening. And you know, I can honestly see that happening. Like people just, cancel him. He said this, that, and the third, man. But I feel like I'm talented enough to trump all the adversity.
Wow. Yo, that confidence is inspiring. I feel inspired right now. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this inspiration.
That's why I'm talented enough to trump all that. Like at the end of the day, man, y'all can't deny my talent, man.
But what about ownership? Like, because I feel like another problem, like besides talent and cancel culture, all this other crap, another thing for artists is ownership. So the problem is Nick Cannon, he did not own Wild 'N Out. So although his name was on it, whatever the case may be, he obviously didn't own it or he wouldn't have been in this predicament. 2, Dave Chappelle did not own the Chappelle Show. And I mean, he does now. He got paid, whatever the case may be. But how many years later? Like 20 years later? You know what I'm saying? So how are you positioning yourself to make sure that these sort of things don't happen to you?
Well, I've been independent for a long time. I never had an agent, never had a manager or anything like that. So I really just been doing pretty much everything on my own. And it's not that I don't want a manager or agent or anything like that. It's just the opportunity never presented itself. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let that stop me from, you know what I'm saying, reaching the goals I need to reach. So I feel like that, you know what I'm saying, just being kind of independent kind of helped me with, you know, just focusing on what I need to focus on. And like when I really need to dig deep and stuff, I really like take the time out to do the research before I just, you know, do something all willy-nilly to kind of have an idea. Not only if I want to, you know, work with somebody, but if, you know, to see if I could do it myself, you know what I'm saying?
But you need a team though, like eventually. Like you can't.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's fine because you're not really like the GOAT. But I'm saying like when you actually you know, get on that platform, you will need a team. I think even right now, like I feel like I need a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
definitely feel like I'm gonna need it.
I think we all need people in our circle to help push us and propel us forward. Like even when I'm doing my little productions, my shows, I have to like create a team, you know, my friends to like help me produce it successfully. So I don't really think you could do that alone.
No, I definitely like it's gonna need a team, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, my team is gonna be like close individuals who I trust.
Yeah. Rather
than like somebody I don't really know like that. But who's to say somebody in my circle wouldn't do me dirty?
That's true. Like Chance the Rapper was just talking about his cousin stole his money. And he was not talking to him. So people will take advantage of you no matter what. Blood do not make somebody trustworthy.
So could you really prevent it then?
I think that you can prevent ownership and having rights to your stuff. But I think that you just need to have the right legal representation and like really be reading your contracts. I think sometimes as young artists, we get so excited and we're like, oh, we about to be on Netflix or we about to be on this place or that place. And we just be so quick to sign a deal without properly vetting or, you know, getting the right research or the right people to look it over. And I think that those aren't things that you can do by, like, I don't even do my taxes by myself. So I definitely wouldn't just sign a contract by myself. Like I definitely would get legal support to do that. So What's the GOAT 5-year plan?
5-year plan.
Yes. What's this year? 2021?
I'm gonna be 33 in
Where
5
you see
years.
yourself in 2026?
Man. That's a good question. Man, I just be moving with the wind so much, and I know I just be so unpredictable. I can't really give a location where I'm gonna be, but I can say that I'm gonna be very comfortable.
Okay. So the glow up will be happening.
I will be very comfortable.
I can accept that. So how do you feel about like in general, like what's going on in the world, like with America? The recent because I feel like change the topic because it's RVO. I just feel like America, it just kind of got really quiet.
Man, I don't really be paying attention, honestly, especially when it comes to like
but that doesn't worry you
stuff. It been worrying me for a while to the point where it's like, how long I'm gonna be worried?
That's true.
It's like I'm not gonna be worried forever. It's like, all right, this is what the world is like truly coming to. Like, it's already crazy right now. Like, I don't know what to expect. I
think that also affects us as artists as well.
It does, man. Like, depending on what type of like artist you are, but like, I just feel like it's just so unpredictable right now. You know
I don't know. It's a little nerve-wracking because I feel like when Trump was president, shit was lit. It was on fire. We knew what was happening when it was happening.
Good or bad.
You could tune in, good or bad. Now it's like, yo, it's a little too quiet in here. Like, when the kids is playing, but then it get quiet.
Right. Like,
what the fuck it's like, ever since fucking Joe Biden came into office, shit was been real quiet.
Right,
and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the White House? Like, I had to ask you because I'm like, is it just me? Am I the only person who noticed it's too quiet? I didn't see no headlines. I didn't see no tweets. We ain't got no stimulus check. We ain't got no student loans canceled. Like, what the fuck is Joe Biden doing?
Right. I seen a post that he said this not gonna happen.
He did.
I was like,
he did though. Whole time, like he said was like 50K cancellation in student debt. Nope. Like, what are you doing?
Thanks for electing me, but that ain't gonna happen. Appreciate it. Follow me on the gram.
I don't know. I don't trust him. He's a snake. And that's the thing. And a lot of Black people will say this about Trump. Like, yeah, Trump is horrible, but like I would much rather appreciate like direct racism than people who like pretend like they're not racist. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know you're not a snake, you're just an asshole. But I feel like Biden is a snake.
Do you feel like most people are racist or just plain uneducated?
I think
or a combination of both.
White people in particular, I feel like white people are racist sometimes even when they don't want to be. And I think that it makes white people uncomfortable because no one wants to be called a racist. I know.
Nobody want to wear their jacket.
I almost got fired at work because I called my client. My client felt like I called her a racist.
Oh, she felt. And you almost got fired.
And
white privilege.
Right. I told this bitch that Black people are not monolithic. And next thing you know, she was like, "Oh, Janae, why would you call her the R word?" I said nothing of the sort.
Hold up. The R word. What the hell is the R word?
I was like,
you say retard? You didn't say retard? Because that's the only R word I can think of.
Yo, is there something about
R word?
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And somebody came to you.
They was blowing my phone up. Like, you would have thought it was a fight was about to, my phone, because I was slick with it. I sent the email right before I left work. So now I'm on the subway and they blowing my shit up like, you call her racist. But it's like it's like a cuss. It's like, you call racist? I'm like, I did not. I will screenshot the email, send it to you. Literally, there's not one word in there that says, yo, bitch, you racist. But she felt that way. Through me educating her, she felt like I was calling her racist. and I got a warning letter from HR that said, "Bitch, do that shit again, you gonna be fired."
Nigga.
I was so hurt.
Hold the fuck up. Really?
I swear to God, I cannot make this shit up. And so
that's not even funny.
That's why I feel like all white people are racist. They just don't want to admit it because it makes them feel so uncomfortable to use that word. But what white people don't understand is there's levels to this shit.
I think everybody is racist to
No, black people can't be racist by definition.
Like I said, I think all people can be racist or racist to some extent.
So black people are the oppressed, so they can't be racist. They can be discriminative.
By definition.
They can be discriminative, but they can't
by
be
definition.
I guess. I don't know. I just feel like white people need to get their shit together. Like Dave Chappelle said in the Redemption story.
That don't mean they don't.
It's just like, if you fix Black America's problems, you will fix all of America. And I really believe that because this whole country was just built off of fucking slavery. Yes, he did.
That was cool.
Uncle Dave. I know bars.
That was cool.
So you can use my bar and his bar, and that's just like a number one selling track.
Well, now that'll be plagiarism.
No, I gave you permission.
He didn't.
I mean, but still with me, it'll be like a number one selling track. But yeah, I feel like America would never be good for Black people. Did you see Judas and the Messiah?
Yes.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes.
I said yes, like I was supposed to know you saw it. Like you said, you looked at me and you said yes.
God. Janae. Hey, Janae, you dumb. I'm dead, Janae.
I'm just saying, you pull up to the RVO studio and then you talking to me like I know your life. Like I'm confused.
I assumed every Black person saw. Sorry.
Yo, that's
sorry. I thought every Black person saw it.
That's funny. So, you know what? That's good that you saw it. What did you think about the movie?
I thought it was a really good movie, man. It's real deep, man. And it shows, man. Like I said, man, even somebody in circus could turn on you, backdoor you, and you won't suspect a thing, man.
That's a fact. I think, and the reason why I even brought the movie up because I felt like it was in relation to Black people in America, and I felt like the Black Panther Party was the only group that was really dedicated to protecting us at all costs. Like they didn't care. They would be outside the school with the rifles. Like our kids is going to school. Everybody gonna get their free lunch, whatever. But Bill O'Neill was a fucking snake.
Man, and it's funny. They said, what was the guy's actual name?
His real name was Bill O'Neill.
Oh, Bill O'Neill. Okay.
So he was the snake, and he was working with Agent Hoover and Agent Mitchell from the FBI.
Uh-huh.
So it's like what they say, they will literally use one of us to kill one of us.
And he really took himself out.
He was worse than 6ix9ine.
He was.
Oh. That was this is probably 6ix9ine inspiration.
This is by far worse than 6ix9ine because for one, he was Black.
Yeah. He was this head of security really pretending to be a Black Panther the whole time.
He took himself out when that documentary dropped.
Yeah, because he knew he was fucked up.
I wonder how did he feel?
I don't know. And I don't really know where this conversation is going. I mean, I guess the point was that America will never be safe for Black people. But
never, damn. They say never right?
I really feel like because you have to literally overthrow the whole system. Like you can't. Yes. Like if I create a house that was built for a tiny person, you're never going to fit into the house. I need to break down the house, get more bricks, and lay the foundation for it to properly suit you.
Right, rather than squeeze it.
Yeah, and instead of bend your bones, squeeze you in, and then you in there like this, and you trying to live and you trying to survive, but you can't because it's not suited for you.
Right.
And I feel like that's what this country is. It's not suited for us. So we keep trying to fit in, and it translates into every industry we work in. It could only be one popping Black comedian at the time. There could be one popping Black singer, one female rapper. That's why he tried to blackmail Nicki Minaj. So yeah, I feel like how are we gonna prevail in this world? Like I think it's getting better now.
I agree.
Because we support each other more now. I think that the artists back in the day, they used to listen to that shit and they would really think like it could only be one of us. So like an older person, like a vet, would look at it and it's like, oh, what are you doing here? Like this is my show. If they thought that that younger person was like on the rise, and they would not want to talk to them. But now I feel like we support each other more. We like, yo, bro.
I definitely think it's getting better, man. And I don't know, man. I don't know if we were like conditioned that way for some reason. I don't know if it's like one of those with survival of the fittest type things where like only I could be here, you know what I'm saying? So because I survived.
So there's like you had to hate on
and
the other
if you
person.
come, you'll try to take, you know what I'm saying, food out my mouth or my children's mouth or something like that. So I think this is good. I think we headed in like a right trajectory as far as like, you know what I'm saying, us supporting each other more and like, you know, uplifting and like lending a helping hand, helping each other grow.
Exactly. Because now I'll see like somebody who's on the same level could support somebody else and be like, you know, go to this person's show or listen to this person's music, and it's not going to take food out of my mouth. But on RVO, rich vibes, overdrafts, we need to know your RVO moments. So we need to know what's your rich vibes moment as we wrap up, and then what's your overdraft moment?
My rich vibes, when I'm feeling rich, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, it's really more, okay, so it's like a synonym for broken bougie. And it's really more of a sense of like, what's your glow up moment? Like something good happened to you this week or recently or.
Oh, well, there's a lot of good things happening. As far as comedy.
It could be whatever you want it to be about. There's no particulars.
Well, I just feel good being back, you know what I'm saying, in New York. You know what I'm saying? Linking up, rekindling with people who I've been away from since the pandemic, you know, hitting the comedy scene. It just feel good overall, you know, the New York vibe.
It's nothing like New York. So you feel like New York is home or St. Louis is home? Will New York ever be home?
I feel like both of them, really. I feel like I go back and forth.
Because you're the goat.
I mean, that too, but mainly because I just really mess with New York and I mess with St. Louis. That's why every time I come out here, I got to be out in New York for at least, you know what I'm saying, a week or two, you know what I'm saying.
So what's your overdrives?
A terrible moment.
And it's not to be terrible. It's just something you learn from.
Well, let's see. Where do I start? What about my car? Does that count?
Yes. Tell us the story about your car. What's happening with your car?
Well, my car was check engine light came on, and apparently I needed a new timer belt. And this was since the last time I've been back here. When I was back in New York, I left my car with my dad, and my dad was supposed to take it to the shop, in which he did.
What month was this?
November.
So you've been carless since November in St. Louis? Yeah,
I've been like driving my mama's car and then using my dad's truck.
Okay, and so this is how the GOAT lives?
At the moment, I mean, it's out the shop now, but I ain't really get a chance to test drive it because it's a lot of snow. Well, I'm the GOAT. I don't really need to drive. I can climb.
Oh, yo.
But yeah, car is acting a little weird, and I guess that's a little overdraft for me.
Reggie Kush climbing his way to the top. You like how I did that, right? You like that was mad clever. Are you gonna ask me my moments?
I thought this was your show.
So this is my show where the guests participate.
Oh, I asked you yours.
You can ask me anything you want.
Oh, I can interview you too?
Sure.
So what got you started in comedy?
I was about to tell you. You can ask me one question. I'm like, oh wait, you don't really want to know? But you know.
Okay, well, yeah, and you get answer.
Well, I mean, so I was gonna answer anyway.
Oh, okay.
But like,
well, I get another question.
Everybody who watches this podcast, they already know me and Glory. We started doing comedy when we was 13. We tried to do some bum ass talent show.
Damn, hold up. You've been doing comedy for longer than me.
Let me finish the story.
Dang.
So it was a flop, and then what happened? We continued on with our lives. Fast forward to
Strawberry tea.
Fast forward to 2018. Glory like, yo, I'm about to take this comedy class. I'm like, bitch, you stupid. I'm like, I'm not paying money to take a comedy class. Like, that's dumb. Then she took the class, and then she started doing comedy. I went to one of her shows. I'm like, oh, if she could do this, so can I. I was like, maybe it wasn't so dumb after all. So then she was like, yo, I'm about to do it again. So then we did it together. And then the first time I went up, I just been hilarious ever since, you know? And from there was really no turning back. I just been mad funny. And I just kept going and trying to work on my craft and be better. Oh my God, I cannot wait to post this on the internet. I cannot wait to post this on the internet.
Okay.
Do you want another question?
What is your rich vibe moment?
Okay. I think my rich vibes moment is that recently I've had a lot of time to relax. And I felt like that helped calibrate like my soul, my spirit, my energy to kind of like put it back on track to be productive and determined.
Oh, okay then. That's what's up. Sound like what? What's funny?
Because it sounds like you about to say something stupid.
I'm just saying it just sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing you feeling all right. You feeling good.
Yeah, you know, everybody know I've been in therapy. I've been promoting it like it's my new brand. Black women in therapy, because they say black people don't do therapy. So that's been my rich vibes.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
Do you want to know my overdress? Okay, fine. I'll tell you now. So my overdress moment is that I feel like I say yes too much.
You overdraft your yes?
Yes, I overdraft my spiritual bank account.
So what's the last 5 things you said yes to?
We don't name drop on this podcast, so I can't say it without putting people on blast. Okay. But I said yes to see, I can't even say that. That's gonna put people on blast. I just need to say no more. Like, for instance, I'll say this. I said yes to my cousin's gender reveal. And although I love her immensely, I don't know if I really love her that much to be doing all the shit that I'm doing. And I often find myself in these predicaments.
Man, I hope she don't watch this. She don't feel some type of way if she watches.
And I'm like, damn, why did I do this? But it's like, even sometimes in like comedy shows, like if somebody wants to book you in a show that's mad far, and maybe like they're paying you, but the pay isn't like exactly what you want, but you say yes anyways, and then you kind of like, why did I say this shit? You know what I mean? But we don't name drop on this podcast. This is RVO, Rich Vibes and Overdrafts. Thank you, Reggie, for coming through today. We appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. Do I give out my handles and stuff?
Yes.
All right, man. Follow me on Instagram at Reggie_Kush. All my content, man. Please stay in tune for the album coming soon. Love y'all.
RVO bitches.